Absolutely. I mean, this is what we know at this hour, Polo. So the U.S. President Donald Trump has said that he plans to have a phone call with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping on Friday. That phone call is expected to take place 9 a.m. Eastern time. This, according to Bloomberg, citing a U.S. official. And we also know that, this is going to be a meeting. If it happens, it will be the first direct engagement between these two leaders since June. On the agenda, you have trade, you have tariffs. You also have a potential face-to-face meeting between Trump and Xi, and of course, the fate and future of TikTok. It is expected that these two leaders will strike a formal deal on TikTok. This after a framework deal was reached and announced earlier this week, a framework deal that was praised on Chinese state-run media. In fact, I want to show you an op-ed that was published on Wednesday by the People's Daily. This is the official mouthpiece of the Communist Party on the TikTok framework deal. And it said this, quote, China reached a relevant consensus with the United States on the TikTok issue because it's based on the principles of mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and win-win cooperation, unquote. Now, it also said, and this is critical, that China will review, not necessarily approve right away, that's an open question. It will review the export of TikTok's technologies and IP licensing. Look, TikTok is one of China's most successful high-tech exports. Some 170 million Americans use this platform. This is owned by the Beijing-based ByteDance. We know more than 1.5 billion people around the world use TikTok. And the secret sauce, the core of the success of this platform is its AI-powered algorithm that keeps people so glued and stuck to their phones. And this is also one of the reasons why U.S. lawmakers have threatened a ban on TikTok, because they are deeply concerned that it could be used to gather data about Americans and also could be used for influence operations as well. Now, if this call goes ahead, if there was a formal deal struck on TikTok, we know the details of what the U.S. ownership structure will look like. There will be a consortium of U.S. investors, including BlackRock, including Andreessen Horowitz, including Silver Lake. What we don't know still at this moment is whether the Chinese will give up the algorithm entirely. And so analysts are saying that Xi Jinping knows that Donald Trump is keen to get a deal on TikTok, keen to get it across the line, and that in return, he might be willing to make concessions on trade. I want to show you this interesting bit of analysis from International Crisis Group, William Yang, saying, quote, Xi will seek to capitalize on Trump's desire to secure a major deal with China and push the U.S. president to make more concessions on trade as trade negotiations continue, unquote. Now, remember, the U.S. and China are still in the midst of a trade truce, which could flare back up into a trade war at any moment. The current deadline for this latest truce is mid-November. Back to you, Polo.
偷偷告诉大家，我最近发现了新法宝 Royal Face 逆时奇迹系列，它有活肤露、全效精华，还有精华霜。尤其我皮肤比较偏干，所以我非常的注重保湿。保湿做得好，肌肤自然烹润。提亮肤色更年轻，抚平皱纹超有感，而且气色变好。用心保养，每天都更美一点。美吧。